Welcome back, Blackout Podcast. Relevant. We're here again.
Another one.
Yeah. Anyway, so we got this little post. We're just gonna go dive.
Yeah, we got a comedian right here, and he's gonna tell us. He's gonna break us something for us.
Cat William.
Everybody know him, like Cat William.
Cat William right there.
Cat
You
William.
know what cats do these days? Yeah, bro. They don't play around, bro.
He was popular. He was actually,
They don't.
it's one of the actually best comedian around. To be honest.
I really like him.
Yeah.
I really like him. Is he
Is he like underrated?
He's underrated.
Yeah.
Definitely. I would put him as equal as David Chappelle.
Yeah.
Like, but the thing is, it probably because of he's been through a lot, man. He's been through a lot.
Okay. With no further ado, play the video.
I'm not smoking weed. I don't know what the fuck you are doing with your life. I really don't. I really don't. Don't give me that shit about it's a drug. It ain't no motherfucking drug. I done done the research. It's just a plant. It just grows like that. And if you just happen to set it on fire, there are some effects. But that's not the same as drugs. Drugs, you got to do shit to it chemically. You got to add baking soda, water, stir it up. I don't know the recipe. I'm just saying. There's some shit you got to do to it. Well, why the fuck is it legal? I don't know. Aspirin is perfectly legal, but if you take 13 of them motherfuckers, it'll be your last headache. Long as you've been living, you ain't never heard of a motherfucker overdose on marijuana. You might have thought that nigga was dead. He ain't dead. He gonna wake up in 30 minutes, hungry enough to eat up everything in your house. That's the side effect. Hungry, happy, sleepy. That's it.
It's funny though. It was a funny clip.
Yeah.
It was actually a funny clip.
I mean, I had my. It was good. It was good. I mean, the comedy was good, but not that I agree with everything except by
but
a good punchline though.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. I was actually thinking like, what do you think about people who use marijuana? Like,
You know, that's very complex. You know, the thing is, I think most of the time when you smoke marijuana, you don't become very productive.
but from what
For most people.
for most people,
Yeah. For most people, they don't get productive. You basically, because it's a very sedative, it's a sedative kind of drug. So you basically like, you know.
you become maybe lazy.
Yeah. You start like
sleep.
wandering, yeah.
Yeah, you get like, you lose like the, how can I say, like you become sleepy and then you can't move properly, you don't think properly and stuff like.
Yeah, man. It sets you in a state of like very sedative, very restful, very
But what do you think?
But you become so into your mind, I think.
Yeah.
And then for people who are not used to their own thought and whatever, they can get anxiety and kind of panic attack.
Yeah, panic attack.
Yeah.
Actually.
So some people I've seen actually in my practice where people like they smoke too much and then they become psychotic. Yeah, because of that. But it's not many, but it can happen. So I wouldn't recommend it for anybody because it's basically it's just dull your brain in a sense.
That's true. But when we think about those people who actually like they function using it, they become more productive using it, and that is like actually interesting because if you're using a sedative drug. Is it a drug? It's a plant.
It's a drug.
It's a plant. It grows. But anyway, so yeah, and they get that effect. They become more active. Their mind kind of produce more relevant work in a sense.
But are they?
For example, musically, they become they come with new ideas, new way of singing, new way of listening to different instruments. It's like they create a differently new world in their own mind.
I don't have so many experience about that, but from what I'll say, like, are they active? Are they more open to things, or it just now they are very addictive and that their state they can only function when they are in that state.
But can they only function?
No, because if you're like, you're very addictive to
to a drug.
a certain drug.
Yeah.
So your best state is when you are actually on that drug. If you're not on that drug, you can't function.
Or is your mind telling you a best activity?
No, because there's neurotransmitters. So these are well, it becomes very technical, but it's like a neurotransmitter that can be modified out depending on how much drugs you take, right? And so it's like if you're not on marijuana, are you not having the same brain impulses or like electrical impulses in your nerve system as when you do on marijuana? So it's very complex. I know, like people say, "Oh, I function best on dry." I'm like, okay.
Yeah, some people actually they actually function best on.
But if we want to do something, we have to do something that's like for the majority. We can just do for the few people, and most people won't function.
No, most people will come, and especially for, I would say this: if you have ever tried it, and you find out that this type of plant or drugs, it depends the way you want to say it.
But before you finish,
just wait. Let me finish.
Yeah, okay.
My point. If you ever have tried it, and you find out this drug or plant works for you, be my guest. But if you found out that it doesn't work for you, you become lazy. You're not becoming productive, or it gets a form of side effect as you become like you get this panic. You get anxiety or panic attack. Then listen, this drug is definitely not for you. That's what I would say.
Okay, so you are liberal like that. May I say this?
No, and at the same time, it's like it's a plant.
It's not.
It's a plant. So I wouldn't be like, yo, listen, don't use this plant because of this, because in the modern now we actually, a lot of people are actually like, it will be legally everywhere soon.
Right. So if you use the analogy as marijuana is a plant, which it is, then you use opium is a plant.
It is a plant.
Yeah. So basically, people can be. You know how it does to people. Yeah. It's even worse.
No, but
so my point is this:
but
don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs.
That's my point. Listen.
Plants.
Listen. Don't do drugs. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. But don't do it at all. That's my advice to you. But if you don't want to, you're free to do as you please.
But okay. Since you changed the subject to opium, we were talking about marijuana. Plant. No, we're talking about marijuana in this case as a plant. But you went to opium.
I was telling you, like, if marijuana is a plant. Let me finish. If marijuana is a plant, then you use the same analogy. You can say opium is also a plant.
Yeah.
Would you recommend?
But you don't inject opium.
You can smoke it like marijuana.
I don't know. But if you smoke opium and then it gives you the same vibe,
you can actually squeeze the juice in it.
But I thought you have to inject it with a syringe or something like that.
Well, if you can do that too.
Because it's
if you
because you have to do it. I don't know how they do it, but what I know is like they actually have method and ways of actually inject those kind of things.
You can do that and make like marijuana, right? There's a leaves where you can burn, and then you can extract whatever juice that is. So you can do a lot of things. My point is like the chemical part of it is very complex. My point is like both are plants, right? And they have different
effects. Yeah.
Right. One will probably do things to you, and the other one will probably make you look like you're dead. Basically, unfunction.
Yeah.
And he said it best. But the point is, no drug is worth the trying, bro.
I totally agree. No drug.
Just don't do it.
No
it
drug.
Doesn't care. Just the only drug you need is a gym. Go put that.
I totally agree. But if you remember what I said earlier, I said specifically this. I said, if you have tried it, in other words, it means that you already gone through it and you find out how it affects you.
I disagree.
But yo, don't do drugs. No, for real, don't.
No, cut it.
Listen, don't do drugs. Don't do drugs. Don't do it.
No thing. It's not worth it. It's not even worth to try it or see the effect, whatever.
Yeah.
Just don't do it.
Don't do drugs, guys.
It's better just to focus on yourself.
Live your life perfectly.
Be in your best physical shape. If you need to, your mental shape to be also in a good shape, you need to read books, educate yourself mentally, and then work on a career.
Yeah.
You do those things, you'll never need a drug in your life.
I mean, there is nothing wrong to.
Most people do drugs because, of different mental issues. So,
But some try. We have a lot of kids these days try.
no drugs.
No drugs, don't do
Keep
it.
it clean.
But I'm sure there will still be someone there who will do it.
Treat your body as
So
a
be
temple.
careful.
Treat your body as a temple and your mind as an altar. There you go.
Somebody's preaching. Anyway, remember to go and subscribe, like, share, comment, follow us on Instagram. That will be as well amazing. Just don't use drugs.
We'll be back.